We're going to shift gears before we get there. With the weather warming up, we do know that skiing season in Michigan is coming to an end, but there's a resort in northern Michigan that wants to extend that season even further. And they're using a technique called snow farming. We're talking about Boyne Mountain, and they're hoping to extend their season into those beginning summer months. Carrie Roeder from Boyne joins us now. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you so much for being here. I think the biggest question that we have is, what is snow farming and how does it work?
Snow farming is snowmaking. So how it works is temperatures, right? You got to have cold temperatures, perfect humidity, and then we crank up our snow guns and we make a lot of snow. And that's exactly what we did all season long to prepare us for a long spring ahead. So we're planning on skiing as long as we can, possibly Memorial Weekend. That's the goal.
Wow, Memorial Weekend is a long way out, and I know that's when temperatures really start to ramp up.
Yeah,
Yes.
the sun angle starts to get higher, our ground temperatures start to get warmer, but you think that you can keep the snow cold enough that it can overcome some of those variables.
Well, I mean, we're attempting to. So,
Okay.
what we did all season long, any chance that we had, we were making snow, especially on one run called Victor. So, we affectionately call it the Victor Glacier. We made about 280 inches of snow on that run. So, do the math there of how many feet that is. It's a very, very deep snowbank, basically, and we're planning to keep it open for as long as we possibly can and let people ski well into May.
So just for clarification, you're hoping that this one run will stay open, all the other ones might melt away. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we are open daily through April 6th, and the goal is to have as much terrain as possible through then. Then we go to a weekend schedule. So then we're weekends only, Saturday and Sundays through the rest of April into May for as long as we can. So we'll keep the core open as long as it lasts. But the goal is to have Victor stay open all the way till Memorial Weekend.
All right, Victor, you
Wow.
better stay ready, I guess.
Right.
Let's talk about, what spawned this? What was the catalyst for saying, hey, we want to extend this into June? Is it because we're seeing our winters get shorter? Is that why? Or what was the reason?
I think there's a lot of reasons at play here. One, it's something that our founder, Everett Kircher, kind of like set his laurels on back in the day, was like trying to see how long he could stay open. We've had a friendly competition with Mount Bohemia up in the Upper Peninsula to see who could have the longest season every year. It goes back and forth who wins. Sometimes they win, sometimes we do. We have snowmaking on our side, they do not. And then I think, we were inspired by Killington in Vermont. They are known as the king of spring out east. They do this. They have what they call their glacier on, I believe their run's called Superstar, and they try and stay open as long as they can. And it just, I don't know, if you're part of ski culture, you're part of that excitement. It's just the stoke factor of it, if you will, to see how long you can go. We're winter enthusiasts. We love winter. We don't like when it goes away.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, that's my kind of skiing that I would want to be doing. Like, you start to get the temperatures in the 50s and
Yep.
60s, but you still got the snow on the ground. You don't have to wear all the gear. I don't know. It sounds like a
Exactly.
good plan.
Yeah, you kind of drop those layers. It's fun. It's a whole different vibe in the spring for sure.
No, I'm sure it is. So let's talk about some of the challenges that comes with trying to preserve the snow that long. What challenges do you guys run into, if there are any?
Well, okay, when you're talking about wind in your weather forecast, warm winds are like that's the tough ones to get through. And obviously, like for us, we prepared as much as possible. We have a brand new snowmaking system that we put on the Victor Run. We have 6 new super pole cats, so they're super powerful. They made a lot of snow this winter. But yeah, once it gets warm, it's like, okay, now it's kind of up to Mother Nature. As far as grooming goes, I mean, honestly, the more you groom, the less the snow, or the more the snow deteriorates. So we actually try and, you know, we groom daily, but at the same time, it's like you're very particular about how you're grooming, to preserve that snow. It's tricky. I think back in the day, Everett used to throw a tarp over the snow to try and preserve it, and then he would put it all in a pile, put a tarp over it, and then take the tarp off and push it all out again. we're not doing that.
Okay, well, yeah,
Okay.
it seems like a
We're
little bit of an
hopeful we
easier
made enough snow
process.
that it'll withstand these warm temperatures. But just as you said, like this spring, I mean, we're gonna see more natural snowfall too. So we have that on our side.
Okay, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
absolutely. We've got more snow just in this week's forecast. That's good. You guys need like
I
a good
know.
tree canopy to block the
The
sun
sun.
from making it onto that hill.
Exactly.
But what kind
Yeah.
of
Sun and
responses?
wind are
Yes, yeah, the southern winds I'm sure are not helpful for you guys. But what kind of
right.
responses have you gotten from skiers and snowboarders?
I think people love it, right? They get excited about it. It's a reason for them to keep their skis out. And it also, really shows a value to all of our season pass holders that we're going to give you the longest season possible if you're skiing and riding at Boyne Mountain.
Okay, I have a kind of a two-parter question here. I would imagine
Okay.
keeping the slope open there might give you guys an upper edge against some of the out west snow resorts and ski resorts
Yeah.
and things like that. But the second part of this is, if it does, how does that impact local businesses and tourism in the area, keeping your run open for longer?
Absolutely. We know that the slopes up here are a reason people vacation up here in the winters. It's definitely going to continue to bring business to our region. We also have Skybridge, Michigan, and we have an indoor water park with Avalanche Bay. So we have all of these other activities to kind of round out a trip up north. Yeah, as far as out west goes, they have elevation on their side, which you can't quite compete with. It tends to be a bit colder once you get up in those higher elevations, but it's all about having fun and keeping the spirit of skiing going for as long as we can because it's our favorite season.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I love Boyne. It's so beautiful.
It is
We got
beautiful up
married out
there.
there a few years back. It's
Oh,
in
did
the
you really?
summer. Yeah, so it's even once that snow melts
love that.
away, don't worry about it because it's still so gorgeous. I need to know though, I mean,
Absolutely.
Mother Nature hasn't necessarily been on your guys' side the last couple winter seasons, and finally we had a little bit more
It's a
of a
nice
hardy
snow
winter
season.
season. How was it this
We had
year?
an we had an amazing season. It was a bit of what I like to call revenge skiing. I think people were out here more than making up for lost time from the last two winters being very mild. So it's fun to see the Nordic trails completely open. So you've got your cross country skiers that are happy that are out gliding through the woods. We had plenty of snow on our golf course, and interestingly enough, we run our moon bikes out on the golf course. So it's like a cross between basically like an electric snow bike, kind of like a snowmobile, and we let those loose on the golf course on all that fresh snow. So it's really been fun to see. It's beautiful when you're walking around the resort when you see all that fresh snowfall. And we were so blessed this winter with lots of natural snow.
Yeah, Carrie, I'm interested because you mentioned that you guys have these new snow machines or snow makers out there blowing on that one run. Can you remind me what the name of that run is? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to call it Tyson. I know
Victor.
that's not right.
Victor. So think of us as
Victor,
like
Victor.
winning with
Yes.
Victor.
Do you anticipate this being a long-term strategy, carrying this over into other runs at Boyne, or are you guys just really focusing on how Victor could, how long you could keep Victor open?
I think, going forward, we're definitely concentrating on amplifying all of our snowmaking across the entire resort. The goal is to have the whole resort to be able to be open, even if we did not get natural snowfall, to have it completely open by Christmas every year, at the very latest, really. So yeah, we've invested a lot in our snowmaking infrastructure. It's a lot what goes underground that people don't see, on top of all the new snow guns that are lining each run.
Is this included for season pass holders all the way through June?
Yes, it
Oh,
is. Yes.
nice.
So season open to season pass holders. We just had a sale on a spring only pass that did very well. And I think a lot of that is because we put the time and put the effort into extending the season. And then also anyone who buys a season pass for next year can start skiing today on that
Oh,
season pass. So,
Oh,
yep.
wow.
So there's lots of different ways to get on snow. If you have a season pass at any other resort in Michigan, we are selling $25 lift tickets to you. You just take your season pass to the window from any other resort in the state of Michigan, and we'll sell you a $25 lift ticket.
No, that's actually not bad. That's
I
actually
know.
pretty exciting
No.
for those folks that may ski maybe down here more often and then want to go up to
Exactly.
Boyne. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's say like the snow does melt, mid-April. Fingers crossed it doesn't for you guys. Right there on Victor. What would you say to those folks that Boyne still has a lot to offer after that, right?
Oh, absolutely. As I mentioned, we have our indoor water park, Avalanche Bay. We have a beautiful spa at Boyne Mountain. We have outdoor heated pools, which is unique to the area. It's not every day that when it's 50, 40, 30, 20 degrees outside that you're outside swimming in a heated outdoor pool. And zip lining, we have tons of adventure activities, a lot to offer. And then golf is right around the corner, right? May 2nd. We may be golfing and skiing at the same time.
Which would be so cool. I'm going to need to
That's
see
impressive.
video of that. People golfing down below while
Yes.
people are riding the ski lift up to take on the Victor run there.
That sounds
Yep.
like my husband's dream come true right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, Carrie, I have to ask you, was there anything else we didn't ask you that you think is important about Boyne Mountain wanting to extend the season into June?
I think it's really just us trying to give back, right, to all of our loyal customers, to anyone that's come to visit us, or even to entice people to check us out for the first time. We truly have something for everyone here, and it's all about, getting outdoors, connecting with nature, with family, with friends, and doing it in a really beautiful area.
I was going to say, what better place to do it in northern Michigan?
Yes.
Can I also give a quick shout out to Carrie, because we heard from some of your staff there that when Carrie was little, she wanted to be a reporter for WZZM.
Oh, I love
did.
that.
I even drew a picture of Juliet Dreges that was on the cover of my career report. And I joke about this all the time. I was like, I still wouldn't have her job. She was still doing her job.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, look at this, making dreams come
I
true
know.
this morning
Right
on
here.
WZZM's Air. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We really appreciate it, and I will hope for all the northerly winds that
I
you
know.
could ask for headed into the
Thank
next
you.
couple of months here.
All right, Carrie, thank you so
Awesome.
much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.